What's up, everybody? Spaz here, and this is my initial impression of Update 11. You'll notice that I'm playing a bank heist in the background. This was one of the first maps that I had loaded up with Update 11, so go ahead and laugh as I struggle through this new difficulty. I had spec'd out as Enforcer thinking that I could breeze through this new hard difficulty. I thought that it was just people overreacting, but it is an actual increase in difficulty, so go ahead and laugh at me as I get downed several times. It's pretty bad. So I want to touch on just two quick things because there's so much that is happening in this update, and I don't want to go in depth on anything until I know that some of these new changes have been fully implemented. So I'm just going to talk about the economy and the change in difficulty. Those are the two most talked about things right now. I had intended to upload this type of content last night, record this type of content, but I didn't because I had been put in a bad mood after browsing the Steam forums for a couple hours. If I can relate what happened last night on the Steam forums and even what's happening right now, I relate it to monkeys at the zoo that shit in their hands and throw it out there, and hopefully it sticks and encourages other people to do the same thing. I don't like flame wars. I don't like constant complaining. I don't like that. On the other side of that coin, I don't like being a fanboy. I'm not going to say that everything that is rolling out in this update is perfect, that it's awesome, that I love Overkill 100%, and I agree with everything that they do. I'm never going to be like that for any company, any game. I just want to be considerate and acknowledge that sometimes when updates of this size roll out, they're not 100% complete, or there are some things that need to be adjusted. We have to understand that. So with the economy, my biggest concern is that the rewards aren't really balanced for the increase in skill costs, weapon modification costs, and weapons in general. Now, I do believe that there needed to be an increase in some of those areas because money was kind of pointless at a certain point, especially when you got into higher tiers, but I don't think that the rewards at the end of missions are correct right now. I think something's kind of missing, and I tweeted David Goldfarb today and asked if the economy was still a work in progress, and he said most absolutely it is. So don't panic. Wait a few days for this update to kind of fully roll out. Let the game developers take in our feedback. Give constructive criticism. Don't post just random, flaming things on the forum. We don't need that. It doesn't help anybody. Just wait, and I will let you guys know what's going on with the economy. For the meantime, don't spend a lot of money respeccing. Don't spend a lot of money on weapon modifications or weapons until you know for certain that the economy is the way it's supposed to be and that we are getting the proper rewards. Second point I want to point out is, and actually this is kind of funny, the first words that came out of my mouth when I loaded up Update 11 was holy shit, because I was doing Firestarter, and I go and I run down there and I just start trying to mow through the Mendozas like I normally do, and I get down in about 5 shots and I'm like, wait, what the hell just happened? I'm supposed to be a invincible enforcer. It's not the case anymore. You need to pay attention to the lighter guards, the security guards, the police, the lighter police, even some of the early responding units, the early SWAT team units, and I'd say the Mendoza. You need to be paying attention to those early, lower, difficulty enemies. They're actually pretty difficult now. You can't take 500 shots. You're going down in 5. So be careful of that. I do like the increase in difficulty because it actually makes us have to put thought into our builds, our weapon loadouts, and then it also encourages us to actually play as a team, a working unit. There is no, I used to be able to solo Watchdogs and Bank Heist on my own without the AI on Overkill. It's not happening anymore. I need to have a cohesive working unit as a lobby in order to get these heists done, and we need to take an honest look as to how we are playing. We need to evaluate how we're using cover, when we're engaging enemies, where we're engaging enemies. The days of running gunning in Payday 2 are over. It's not the same, and I like that because the game would have become very boring if all of us would have specced into Enforcer and stood on top of cars and just waited for hordes of enemies to come in and be like, meh, shot them all, now let's take the cash. That'd become boring. So I do like the increase in difficulty. That's pretty much the gist of this video, guys. I want to let you know to be patient with the economy, and then also just kind of, reevaluate how you've been playing, take an honest look at your build and your gameplay so that we can combat this increase in difficulty. The next video that I will be finishing up today, I'm going to go ahead and record it now, edit it, and send it out there, is just some really quick tips to help you survive some of these heists in Overkill. So I will go ahead and start recording that now. Please remember to comment and rate, subscribe on this video, and we will catch you in a little bit later on this afternoon when I finish up this video. Talk to you later. Cowabunga.